Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing my 2021 April bullet journal setup. These are the markers I'm going to be using, gray, black, and red, and of course my Archer and Olive B5 dotted notebook with 160 GSM with the Clever Fox seal. So this month I'm going for a rain clouds and umbrellas theme. I was inspired by this painting of a woman holding a red umbrella, walking between some trees, I guess, in some city park, and it was just this pop of color on a cloudy day that inspired me to create this theme. So I'm just doing really sketchy outlines of these clouds with my super fine Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen in the extra small size to kind of give them like a wispy blowing in the wind vibe. And then I'm going to go over them in my Tombow Duo brush pen in like a light gray, which I use throughout the setup. And I'm going to sketch in the mini calendar and the girl from the painting, my best version of it, but I'm going to go ahead and let the music take over. I forgot to mention for the fonts of this spread, I just kind of went with this really spread out small cursive, which to me kind of gave it like this clouds blowing in the wind look, or like maybe some kind of aviation font like you would see on an airplane, which I thought kind of tied really well. Plus it's one of the few fonts that I'm pretty comfortable with using. I don't really do hand lettering, so it's just either some kind of cute print font or regular cursive. So playing around with it and spacing it out with these little tiny letters really just kind of makes it feel different and fun. Also, I think I liked the drawing better before I filled it in black initially, and then I went back in and I did a second coat of the black, I guess, which really, I think, darkened it and made it look better, in my opinion. But you're not going to see that because I did that after I had finished recording. So after writing in the calendar and highlighting it with the same light gray, I went in and I did this kind of back and forth squiggly circle shape under her feet, which gave it like the impression of a shadow, similar to the look of the painting, which I really was happy with because it wasn't something I planned to do. And then I moved over to the quote, which says, "The umbrella won't stop the rain, but it helps you weather the storm. Confidence won't guarantee success, or doesn't guarantee success, but helps you to face any challenge," which again tying into the overall 2021 theme of self-care and confidence and acceptance of one's flaws. Worked really well, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. For it being such a large quote, such a long quote, it took up quite a bit of space on the page, so I kind of just left it with the clouds up top and then the quote, and then the bottom part of the page is just blank. Moving on to the calendar page, I used the same the Pitt Artist pen to make these boxes, which I believe are 6 by 6 squares, and the same font for both the title April. The days of the week I kind of tied together with that same line with the letters not so spaced out, since I had such a limited space to write each day's abbreviation in. And then a little goals section with raindrops for the bullet points, and another picture of the girl walking with the red umbrella, which I will color in. I will say, not quite as happy, definitely not as nice looking in profile as it was from behind, but in the end, after I finished filming this and went back and looked at it and stared at it and didn't like it, I thickened up the chest neck area right underneath the umbrella, and then added in some hair, because you'll see that I don't actually do any hair in the sketch here, but I did go in and add some black, blowing in the wind locks of hair afterwards. Moving on to the habit and mood tracker, and if you saw the setup I did for my daughter's bullet journal and I posted just a few days ago, I'll go ahead and link that video up in the upper right hand corner. But for her habit tracker, I did this grid where every day the days are written down the left hand side and the habits are written across the bottom, and you just fill in the grid space for those habits each day that you completed. So it ends up being quite colorful, but like all in one rather than individual little monthly boxes. And then for my mood tracker, I did another cloud and I used 30 raindrops coming down from the cloud to represent my mood for each day. I had considered doing like an AM PM mood tracker, but I think I'm going to save that for next month because this just tied in way too well with the theme, and I wanted to do something cute and doodly. And then I'll fill in the days with a grid like lighter gray, 2 coats, 3 coats, or black, and then the best days will be bright red, so that all the great days in my mood tracker are these bright pops of color among the rain clouds. And then I did the brain dump as just a basic empty page. I didn't do any doodles on this side. I just added this border with little loops that kind of ties it into the font of the title. You guys, this weekly layout is so packed with data and with productivity. I wanted, again, just like with my daughter's bullet journal, I wanted the weeks to start on Monday, so I needed to make up for the 1st through the 4th, plus the 5th through the 11th. So I squeezed all of that into this one page, 11 days worth. So the boxes are a bit smaller than I would normally do, but I think I can make that work. So I just outlined the days. I have a little section on the left for stuff to do at home, a little section on the right for stuff to do at work, and my month and day numbers at the top. And then I have these little mini trackers. I didn't want to add these to my habit trackers because I'm going to do these like a line graph for the amount of sleep that I get each night, for the amount of water that I drink, and for the number of steps that I take. So there's a little bar graph that I'll have for this time period. I'm just highlighting the days in that light soft gray again before going on to the other page for the weekly spread, which the section at the top left is for weather for each of those days. The section in the middle at the top is meal planning for lunch and dinner for those 11 days. And then I have a long, running to-do list for that, for those 11 days. Goodness, how many times can I say 11 days? Plus a big box for thoughts and a box for a gratitude log. These smaller, thinner boxes are clearly just one box tall by, I think that one is 5 boxes wide. For this little doodle section, what I did is I went in again with the really sketchy kind of lines and layered in some cloud banks, I guess they're called. Some behind the others, all kind of with this rolling clouds look. And then I doodled both an open and a closed umbrella, and then colored them in. Of course, I added like these little dimensional things to kind of make the clouds look fluffy and full, which I didn't think looked great until after I kind of shaded in with gray on these clouds. And there you have it, the final spread flip through with my April cover page and my cloudy monthly layout and my habit and mood tracker and brain dump page and this month's weekly layout. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope that you will like and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I will see you guys later.